Hey guys, gwyned here, back for the finals from MPDC 1913. Malum on top is playing Izzet, and Chip on the bottom is playing Naya. This is game two. Malum won the first one, so let's get started in this second game. Chip does choose to play first and keeps his starter, and it looks like Malum does the same. So Chip will lead with a guild gate. Love that the standard popper has come so far that now they essentially can print dual lands at common. Pretty sweet. These are one of the best things that can happen. This is certainly the best thing that ever happened to standard popper, at least in a long time. And yeah, pretty good. It seems like they are going to be making a splash in classic popper as well, and even a little bit of standard. I've seen them kind of slip in. So definitely happy that these are in the format. But enough about that. Malum is going to pop an Evolving Wilds to grab an island. See if Chip has a turn 2 play. He does. Has a Deadly Recluse. Pretty good against this particular deck. Obviously it can be burned out, but pretty much is otherwise good against anything that the Izzet deck can throw against him. Malum plays a Fountain and immediately passes the turn back. Probably has an Essence Scatter in hand, would be my guess. So Chip's going to go ahead and hit for 1, see if he holds on or if he's going to cast. He is going to go ahead and cast the Borderland Ranger, and as expected, Malum is going to counter it with an Essence Scatter. Back on his turn, use a Pillar of Flame to go ahead and get rid of the Deadly Recluse. No surprises there. And follow it up with a Unleashed Gorehouse Chainwalker. Back on his turn, Chip has yet another Recluse and also has a pacifism for the Gorehouse. So far he's surviving early rush pretty well. Let's see what Malum's able to do. Drops a Guild Gate, then has a Searing Spear to get rid of the second Recluse. And has a Wing Crafter as well. This is a interesting little guy from Avacyn Restored. Bond with him gives another creature flying as well as itself when it's bonded. Pretty good card for this deck, particularly with something like a Gorehouse Chainwalker, can really get in for a lot of damage. Chip pops an Evolving Wilds and unfortunately has no other play. On his turn, Malum will hit for 1. So not a whole lot going on yet. Chip has yet another land, but this time has an Attended Knight. Great card. Pretty strong from M13. Not only do you get a 2/2 first strike for 2 and a white, but you also get the extra 1/1 white soldier token. So very good. Almost not quite a 2 for 1, but at least a 1.5 for 1. So definitely good. Malum, of course, right away is able to Pillar of Flame to get the Attendant Knight out of the way. Can't swing into the Wing Crafter because, of course, it's not bonded, so it doesn't have flying. See what Chip's able to find here. Plays another land, and obviously going to swing in with the soldier here. Well, I say obviously. He might have wanted to hold back. Obviously, Malum's not going to want to trade the Wing Crafter. Probably doesn't make a big difference, but I think Chip is certainly not the aggressor here, so probably I would have held that soldier back. Let's see, back on Malum's turn, he is able to play a Frostburn Weir. Definitely one of the strongest cards to come out for Izzet in the new in Ravnica, Return to Ravnica. So very strong card. 1/4 for 2 mana is awesome, and the ability to change around its power and toughness, very good. And then of course, in combination with the Ring Crafter, it's just really good. If he doesn't have a way of blocking flyers, he's going to be able to get in with that for a ton of damage. So let's see if Chip has an answer. He does not. Just plays another land. He's definitely a little flooded here. Here Malum will go and swing in, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm assuming, no, just pumps it once to a 2/3, and just passes the turn back. Chip has, unfortunately, yet another land, so he is definitely quite flooded. Goes ahead and obviously hits with the soldier token, and Malum follows it up with a Mog Flunky. That's going to be pretty good. He's having some trouble getting that Frostburn to attack. He's just going to pump it once, it looks like, again to a 2/3. And passes the turn back. Probably means he has an Essence Scatter in hand, would be my guess. That is in fact the case. Does have that Essence Scatter. Chip might have wanted to wait, but of course he's got enough mana, he probably wouldn't have tapped out. So pretty tough situation. Mull to 5 game 1 and now flooded out. So not looking great for him. You can go ahead and chump with the flunkies, and would expect Malum to go ahead and pump here. He is going to go ahead and pump it all the way, so he'll do 5 to Chip, dropping him to 7. Alright, so let's see what happened next. There we go. I'm not sure what that was. Sorry, just kind of skipped through that turn a little bit. Chip just drew and passed. And Malum's going to go ahead here and swing in for the win. Let's see if Chip has some kind of combat trick here to save himself. He does. Uses the Searing Spear to kill the Frostburn Weird. But Malum has a negate to counter it. And looks like, oh no, Chip has yet one more trick. Knot of the Bone. Okay, this is another great card. Probably one of the reasons that he's playing Naya is just this ability, his great ability to gain so much life. Particularly against an aggressive deck, you start building up creatures in your graveyard, and then you can get quite a bit of life off of it. Obviously here, still in a lot of hurt without some creatures to back it up. Even a lot of life gain is not going to be enough. So let's see what he finds here. He does find a Borderland Ranger. Of course, all that's going to do is get him a land. Not really going to get him out of this. He can go ahead and use another Gnaw. And then back on his turn, obviously he's just going to go ahead and pump up the Frostburn. Make it all the way to 4. So he's going to take 5 damage here. See if he chumps the flunkies or not. He does not, dropping him to 4. Yeah, and at this point, he still doesn't have anything to play. Pretty flooded. Malum's going to use Thunderbolt to drop him to 1, and that's going to be... Oh, looks like he's got another Knot of the Bone in hand. All right, so that, again, gains a little bit of time, but probably isn't going to do a lot here. So he'll take at least another 5 in the air. And I would assume here he'll chump now. He doesn't chump, so that drops him back down to 5. And then Malum's got yet another Gorehouse, and I don't think there's any way that Chip can get out of this at this point. Yeah, it just passes the turn back. And assuming he doesn't have another Knot of the Bone in hand, that will finish him off. Wait. He does have another Searing Spear to take out the Mog Flunkies, buying him a little bit of time. But Malum can go ahead and pump up the Frostburn Weird, and that is how the game will end. So pretty dramatic victory for Malum. Again, it looks like Chip had some pretty mediocre draws there. Malum drew pretty well, so of course in Standard Pauper that can make the biggest difference. So anyway, that was the finals from the last event from Season 19. Next week is going to be Worlds. So anyway, hope you enjoyed watching, and yeah, hope to see you next time. In closing, let me remind you, you can keep up with all my writings and articles by following me on Twitter at the username gwyned42. That's GWYNED and the number 42. I also regularly publish articles over at puremtgo.com. Search for me by the username gwyned on that site, or find the link in the description of this video. I also maintain a blog now at writeradept.blogspot.com, and you can also find that in the description. Finally, if you enjoyed these videos, please remember to subscribe to my channel and post any feedback or comments. Thanks for watching.